Hi, welcome to my first review of Doctor Who. Today we're going to talk about the episode Unearthly Child. And the one who plays the Doctor is William Hartnell. And we're going to join him from this episode. Well, the first part is two pilots. There's one pilot that didn't quite make it on TV, and there's another pilot who did make it on the screen. And if you got the DVD, you will see the pilot, the unaired pilot, and the pilot. The first episode, the pilot, is about a girl named Susan. She goes to school, she's 15 years old, and a little bit inside she explains everything about the when she's in class, and she said some things to the teachers. And the teachers get curious. They want to know how she knows about things that they didn't know. So Ian and Barbara follows her to the address, and they see that there's this gate. And Susan, she goes inside, she opens the gate and goes inside. And Ian and Barbara, they are sitting in the car outside watching her. And they talk about to themselves that Susan explained those things. And Barbara says what she heard, and Ian said what he heard. And they follow Susan into the junkyard. They didn't find any houses, any buildings. They only found junk. But when they're looking around, they hear a person coughing. And they try to hide. And they see an old man coming. And the old man sees them. But he asks them, what are you doing here? And Ian and Barbara, they try to explain that they follow this girl named Susan. And the doctor says, there's no girl here named that, who has that name. And they want to look inside the TARDIS. So they fight the doctor, and then they hid inside, and they see Susan inside, and they thought, this phone booth, the phone box, is much bigger than the inside than the outside. So, and then later on, the doctor will not let them go. He wants them to stay. He closed the door. He locked the door. And then Ian tried to fight the doctor because he wants to get out of the TARDIS. And then strange happened. A little bit later on, when they stopped, the TARDIS stopped. And the doctor and Susan, first, before they moved to the second time, Susan and the doctor explained that they're not from this planet. They're from another planet in another time. But Ian and Barbara don't believe them. And then they try to explain about the TARDIS. So then Ian and Barbara didn't believe them. So the doctor wouldn't let them go. But Susan said, please, Grandpa, let him go. No. So when Ian tries to fight the doctor because he wants him to open the door. He touched this button, and then the TARDIS engines moved up and down, and then later on the doctor says, "Now we landed." And Ian and Barbara says they didn't believe what doctor saying. So a little bit later on, they walk outside the door and find themselves in another time. And then they got to know some cave people, and they fight with them, and they want fire. So they want the doctor to make fire, and they kidnap the doctor, and they want him to make fire. And if you want to know what happened a little bit later on, does the doctor, Susan, and Barbara, and Ian, well, did they escape from the cavemans? Well, you have to watch Unearthly Child. And this is the first episode ever with the doctor. So, now, on the 23rd of November in this month, the doctor will celebrate his birthday, 50 years. Yep, the doctor is 50 years old. So, I hope you are excited to wait in a few days to watch the doctor with Matt Smith and David Tennant. So, this is the review. Well, I liked it. It's very exciting. But the black and white is getting used to. So, next episode, it's the Daleks. And then we're gonna see the doctor, Susan, and Barbara, and Ian, how they will do when they meet the Daleks for the first time. So please watch, and this is my review.